Hello everyone, it's Mish here and welcome to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by, and if you are one of my returning crafty friends and kindred spirits, I am so happy that you are joining me again today for another week in the Margarete Miller Collage Challenge. So if you are not familiar with the collage, it is a set of prompts that is created by Margarete Miller, and you can get the prompts on her Etsy shop, which is Mellow Miller. And the hashtag for this year is hashtag 2025 CWP, and this is week 19. If you are new, there is a tutorial for all of my pages that you have seen as I flip through. The prompts for today are a hand or hands, 2 postage stamp, a single word that inspires you, a mountain or hill, a piece from a calendar or planner, and a pattern with circles or dots. I'm going to start by just getting down some background, which are dots. So I don't know if that picks it up, but they're little gold dots there. And this isn't setting quite even. Right, so that's my background, and then for my mountain or hill, I have this lovely little watercolor, which reminds me so much of the UK, and I have my hands here, and that's the love that I have for all of you guys and for the UK. I have another little dotted piece of paper, just a bit of scrap paper that I cut a piece out of it for something else, but I'm thinking that I'll put that kind of underneath there. And then I have another little piece of dotted paper. I'm thinking something along this line, something or other. So what I might do is just get some of my backgrounds down. And I am going to just use some tape runner where I can, and some Elmer's glue, the glue all in other places. I try to avoid a lot of the glue as it just can swell up my book. But, and excuse me if my head gets in the way. I'm not sure about the lighting. I'm doing this in the evening, which I normally do a lot of my filming in the morning and in the daytime. So hopefully it won't be too dark. And then I want that, I know, to go there. And I don't think anything's going to go underneath that. And then I want to offset this. So I'm kind of thinking something like this maybe. In which case, I might move this over a little bit. Okay, so let's get this down as well. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm trying to film this a little bit ahead of the weekend because I really want to play a little bit in my mixed media journal. But I want to make sure I get my videos out too. So I'm trying to do this a little bit in advance. Don't you just love those hands? But I don't want to cover up those little sheep either. So I'm thinking I might actually do this because I've got a little border that I can put in there, and I'm not going to put anything. Okay, so I think I'm going to get this down. I am going to save a little space for my prompt if I can. It doesn't have to be exact. So I'm just going to get this down, and I might leave a little space at the very bottom for in case I did want to tuck something under it. So I'm just going to make a little kind of pocket area like that and get that down. Okay, so then my prompt will go up top there. Right, so I'm just going to try to center this a little bit, not center it, but that the top and the side here are a little bit even. Doesn't really matter. All right, so that's going to go there. I've already got that down. And then we've got the hands. So what are we going to do with that? We're going to put that there. And I'm thinking that I might cut a little bit off of this. Let's see. And I'm going to have that there. So for my calendar, I have this bit of calendar. So Mel gave me, thank you so much, Mel, 2025 Margarete and Pastel calendar, which reminded me of the fact that I have a 2023 one. So what I did is I went through and found a little piece of the calendar. I love Margarete and Pastel, that I thought would go well with my layout. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do something along this line, I think. Yeah, something like that. So I'm going to get that blue dotted, this piece down. Get that anchored. I wanted to do sort of a pastel-y kind of spring feel. All right, so I'm gonna have that about there. So let's offset this a little bit and put this, I guess about there is fine. All right, so we got that down. Then we have our hands, and then we have our calendar. So I also have some stamps. Now these stamps were given to me by Lynn from New Zealand. They're not New Zealand stamps, but I don't think, but they were part of some Happy Mail. Now I was thinking about using Queen Victoria and King Charles, but I have some Queen Elizabeth, but I can't find my King Charles stamps, and I thought it would have been sort of an ode to Britain and have the Queen and the King, but I couldn't find. I know I've used some of the King Charles stamps, so I'm not sure if I still have any, but I'm thinking something like that, and then that can go up like that. I can go over a little bit, something like this. I'm not sure. It looked better when I sort of mocked it up. That's what always happens, is you get it kind of where you like it. And then, all right, so I'm thinking more like this. Okay, and then I have a little dotted border I want to put there. And then we'll find a place for the stamps. All right, well, let's get the calendar down. And then I thought I'll do just a wee bit of stamping too, to kind of pull it all together. I was thinking I might be able to show Thursday. Thursday, I think, is my favorite day of the year. I mean, day of the year, day of the week. All right, it's down now. Right, so let's get our little heart hands down. And I'll just get this. I like it, like I said, I like to offset things. I got a little bit of, I'm going to pull that down just a bit, like so. Okay. And then my two stamps will go here, like maybe like that. I guess I'll cover up my Thursday. Something like this. But I have a couple of these Recollection Michaels sticker pads, and I was thinking of getting this. I just really liked this little border, and I thought it would look good kind of here above, sort of framing the top of the hands and underlining those little sheep. So I thought that would look cute like that. Now that I've got that down, then I'm thinking my stamps will go like this, which will, or I'm going to do the pink one kind of up top to draw the pink, and then the blue, I guess. Guess it doesn't really matter. Something like that. Yeah, I like the pink up top. So these are stickers, supposedly, but I'm not going to fiddle around too much with them tonight. So yesterday was a beautiful, warm day. I had windows open and whatnot. And then today is is back to being cool. So my body doesn't really know if it's gonna be cool or not cool. Anyways, I'm just gonna glue these down because I should have tried to get them started. Okay, so I'm thinking that one will go there. And then this one will go below it. Okay, I'm not going to use the inspiration, a word that inspires me. I'm not sure why. I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. Okay, so we've got that. And then I wanted to, because circle was part of the theme, this pattern with circles or dots, I wanted to use a couple of the reinforcers that I used on the opposite page, and it fits the prompt, to kind of just make it a little bit, kind of pull it in a little bit. But I'm just thinking, where would we put them? Put them down the side. Thinking about putting them there. Let's just hang off for a second. All right, so the other thing that I have too is that I used some washi butterfly, some yellow butterfly there, and I have the same in different colors. So I was kind of thinking of putting a butterfly maybe over here. And what color would we do? Blues, like purpley blues, or pinks? I think they kind of fit the pinky theme. And I'm thinking that I just like that with the first one, to be honest. So let's get this one here. And we can see if we like it down on the page. Like here, maybe. And oh, look, there's a couple people there in the picture. All right, I've pulled out some of my stamps, so let's maybe do just a little bit of stamping. And I'll just do some words like we did on the opposite page. I have a little stamp off thing here. I always, not always, but when I'm doing these collages, I try to just stamp off first so that the impression isn't as dark as a first generation. Okay, so I kind of like that. And then in the brown, I'm just going to do a couple little coffee stains like on this side. So I'll just use this one. And I'm just going to stamp off, and then somebody's out in my yard. I don't know what they want, but I'm doing crafty things right now. Okay, and then I just always like to do sometimes just do another little double circle. Like so. Okay, so we have a little bit of stamping. Now I didn't do any splattering on this side, which I could have done, but I was just noticing that now. And then with our little reinforcers, we could put them, I mean, we don't have to use them at all. I just thought where the circle was a prompt as well, but I'm not living for that right now. But what I wanted to do is put a couple little banner or something, or a little something, a little cluster kind of up at that top there. So I thought, let's have a quick little look through here. Now there are some little stamps there. Could put, no, frame's too big. And there might not be anything in It might be this though that I kind of like. That's kind of, I like that. We could actually put, maybe I could find a word in here that inspires me. What about, I guess there really isn't. Love inspires me. In my heart, celebrate sometimes inspires me. But I'm just kind of thinking of putting a couple little flowers up there or something. Or, oh here, one of these little banners. It's a different color, pink though. I guess I wasn't as well prepared as what I thought I was. I just came from the chiropractor. I have to go try to get an alignment, but it's not as easy as when you take your car into the shop. That's for sure. But what about this one here? I know it's quite pinky, but I kind of like the pinkness. Yeah, let's put that one there. And then that's kind of like a little cluster there. All right, so how we doing? I think we've got everything, and I think it's looking pretty good. What do you think? Maybe? Kind of thinking that maybe there should be something like a little, just like a little strip of gold or something there. Oh look, there's two of these left from before, where we put some before. And I think if we just put those there, that they would just kind of bling the eye a bit. It's just something subtle, but now my eye keeps going to that because the light is just glaring off it from here. So where do we want the eye to fall? We want the to fall here. Go across the page. I like that there. All right, well, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. This was kind of short and sweet, and I was just rambling on. But that's it. We've got it all. We've got our hands. We have our two postage stamps. We have the mountain and the hill. We have a part of a calendar, and we have some circles. So I really hope you enjoyed this. And if you did like it, I'd love a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be getting my weekly collage up for Wednesday this week. And yeah, so I hope you do stay safe and well. You are in my prayers. And until we meet again, bye for now.